Hello, fellow aviators. Welcome to JPL Aviation, where leadership and aviation take off. So today I had my first actual instrument flight. Yesterday I was in the simulator, and today I kind of just want to give you guys a summary of what went down within this flight. So first off, the plan was originally what I studied for to go to Long Beach Airport, and at Long Beach Airport I was going to be shooting the ILS or localizer runway 30. But turns out the weather wasn't that great, so we actually had to go to first one was going to be Bracket, but then once again that changed. So I took off out of Fullerton, didn't use any departure procedures, kind of just did a VFR takeoff because we are doing VFR practice approaches into other airports. And so basically I took off out of Fullerton. Everything went smoothly. I just flew a heading out 120, and I started heading towards Chino. And so eventually I go to Chino, and this is what happened at Chino. So at Chino, I shot the, let's go to the approaches. I shot the ILS or localizer runway 26 right. So here is the approach plate for ILS localizer runway 26 right at Chino. So basically what I did was I put in the frequency into the localizer box, and I flew up kind of, oh, you can't see, but use my mouse. So I flew up this way, and actually this is one of those scenarios that I came across and actually discussed in the first day in the basic aviation training device video. I talked about, hey, you know, what happens when you're approaching the final approach course and the ATC doesn't tell you to start turning inbound. Well, we were actually passing through the localizer when my instructor, Matt, who's a great guy so far, he said, oh, I got to query ATC because we're about to pass through it. And so I was thinking actually beforehand, I was like, hey, you know, that was a perfect application of what we talked about earlier, is that if you are pulling up to an approach on your way in and you're about to like pass through the localizer, make sure you say something to the ATC. So basically I went past through the 255 radial for this localizer, and then turned left in, and well, bam, I came in. I was looking for Catsy, Linden, and Dewey. Dewey intersection being my initial approach fix. My final approach fix, yeah, with the Maltese cross, and yeah, so then I went down on that one. So as you can tell, the details will be discussed in the main video of what was going on and also in the debrief. So that happened. I went to Chino. That was a pretty great experience, fun. Flew over there. And then basically I went down to, I was following the localizer and the glide slope. And then when we got down near the runway, I did a missed approach. This whole entire time I'm under the goggles. So that's exciting. So then literally right after Chino, I go down to Corona. Yeah, I go to Corona. And at Corona, they only have one approach, and that is the VOR GPS-A. So what I did was I had the GPS set up as a backup, but I was mostly using the VORs. So using the VORs, what I did was we came in from the north. So I came in on probably like what, 135-ish heading. Yeah, 135-ish heading from the north. And basically, two. So yeah, I was coming in down this way. And basically here on the approach, I followed the 258 radial, and then I did a parallel entry to this hold, and I held 3 times in this holding pattern. I didn't actually get to brief the hold with the instructor the day before. It wasn't planned that we were going to go up and do holds, but thankfully I already had my knowledge test done, and I kind of have a good understanding, I would say, of the basics of how the IFR system works, and therefore it just became about flying the airplane. So I held at the Paradise VOR. I didn't get the brief on the 258 and 078 radial because everything was so last minute. I didn't even really have the approach plates up, which was kind of a bad thing because I was so busy focused on flying the plane. And obviously I'm still beginning instrument student, so that's okay. This was the first flight. But so I think it was the second time around with him, you'll be able to note that I was able to understand what the holding pattern was, and then I started nailing the holding pattern, which was really, really fun. So right as we got to the Paradise instrument approach fix, the Paradise VOR and the Vortac, I hit my Maltese cross, which is my final approach fix, and I started on the way down. And this is when you're supposed to start the timer for 90 knots down here for 2 minutes and 24 seconds. So I didn't really understand what was going on. Big picture at this point, I was flying the aircraft and kind of doing what he told me to. I was like kind of tracking where we were, what we're doing, but I didn't really understand that, hey, I'm flying the approach down from the PDZ Vortac at the final approach fix on the 237 radial, just getting localizer performance, no glide slope or anything, and I was supposed to be timing the whole thing. So first things first, this watch is going to be gone. It's a nice looking watch, but digital. I'm going to find a watch that I can just start, stop, as that would be the best scenario to use. So, yeah, on the way down, and on this approach, the instructor noted, an instructor note, fun fact, things to take note of, is that he said he started me, because my MDA is 16, for circling is 1,660 feet with 1 1/4 statute mile visibility. So he actually started me 1,000 feet above the runway because we are going into a uncontrolled airport. So obviously you're going to have other traffic. We're in VFR conditions. So the safest thing to do is, act like we're doing the missed approach into an airport and 1,000 feet above. So that way we're kind of be clear of any traffic that might be a potential hazard on final, because we are shooting a, 3.6 nautical mile final on the way in. So yeah, that was it for that one. And then right after KAJO, we flew back. ATC kind of vectored us up towards Chino again. We then vectored back down to intercept the RNAV into Fullerton, which is right here. And I'll pull up that approach. The approach is right here. And we pulled up the RNAV GPS runway 24 approach into Fullerton Airport. Was it 24? Yeah, it was RNAV 24. So basically this is it. RNAV 24 into Fullerton. So he kind of, the controller at this point, kind of, so this Fullerton, here's Corona, Fullerton, see you guys tracking. All right, so it basically came up and around like this, follow the hand, and then came in on whatever radial this was. Not necessarily radio, I think it's like 245, 240, came in and tracked that radial to enter the RNAV GPS runway 24 approach. And the big thing on this was that he was doing all of the GPS work. So if you notice in the video, I'm really focusing on flying the plane and picking up some of the big picture concepts as I can. But since it was my first instrument lesson, he had to do a lot of the RNAV work because my task saturation level wasn't as hardened as it could be, because I literally would not have been able to keep up with, switching and tuning the frequencies that I needed. Then again, working with the GPS that I wasn't very familiar with and how to load all the approaches, doing it in an efficient manner where I would be able to know what I'm doing and be exact with it within the 3 to 4, 5-minute time frame that I had going in between these fixes. So, that was the big thing, was note my flying a heading, keeping my altitude, picking up the big picture concepts when I can. I did my best also as well to kind of talk through the things that I maybe didn't really or was trying to understand, and making sure I was understanding what we were doing in the aircraft at the right time. Another big thing was the ATISs for each one. He was very good about getting the ATISs before we were even like talking to the next controller at SoCal, which was very helpful. And also I realize now too, thinking about it, like having a autopilot is it's not a necessity obviously, but the amount of de-stress in task saturation level that you could have compared to one if you are using the GPS is a lot higher than it should be, because it's really hard. I honestly think it's going to be one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life so far. So, but the point is, I don't have a GPS. I mean, I don't have an autopilot. I have a GPS. Definitely going to be using a plane with GPS in it, because just tracking VORs and radials and stuff, it's going to be really, really hard and a lot of work, and I really got to be on top of it. So, yeah, I looked for my LAYM, LEYM, HAVR and ACTAC intersections. Waypoints on the way down into this RNAV approach, and I was flying at a 3.51, so it's actually pretty steep. And these are my altitudes: 3,000, 2,700, 2,000 on this approach plate. That means I have to be above them as I'm crossing these waypoints. And my minimums for this LNAV would be 901. So yeah, that's kind of the general gist of what happened in this. Happened in my first lesson that I did with my instructor. Matt was great. He was very helpful and, making me feel comfortable with the aircraft. And granted, it was the first time flying. And after an hour and a half, basically, of being straight under the hood, and then I look up and have to land the plane, it was interesting because I was like, kind of all over the place trying to figure a way. And then as I got down towards the ground, it was all right. It was funny, though, too, because I mentioned, like, I felt comfortable. I was landing the plane, and I could tell, like, since it was our first landing together, his hands were kind of on the controls. He's like, oh, crap, like, you don't know if this guy's going to be able to land the plane or not. So it was fine, though. Everything went very, very smooth. The plane was also heavier. He's 220 pounds. I'm 210 in a little Cessna. So we were definitely pushing the weight capacity of it, at least for the front seats. Definitely couldn't bring a third big person. But it was fun. We also had full tanks of fuel. Very, very full tanks. So, yeah, that was the first day of what I did. And the plan moving forward, also, as you will see in the debrief, is that I got to go over my en route low altitude charts. I am for sure going to be making a plan with all of the local airports in the area, kind of doing a debrief on, Fullerton, Corona, Chino, San Bernardino, Brackett, Long Beach, all of those airports with the different runways and different approaches that they have. Because why? Well, you see, if I take my check ride over in Cable, really the only airports that my instructor can go to, he's not going to want to fly all the way up to these, not Apple Valley. Hey, if he goes to Apple Valley, I'll be ready for it. But any of these airports within the facility, even what is this, San Gabriel over here, KEMT, K Echo, Mike Tango is definitely an option. So the whole point is that I'm going to be making these videos. I'm going to be debriefing what I'm doing and learning from them and doing my best to prepare for the next set of information coming up. I also have finals this week, so I got to balance that as well. But yeah, that's kind of the first flight of what I did, and highly recommend. If I didn't do all the studying that I did and have the knowledge base that I did, rote memorization and understanding level of the instructor levels, if I didn't have those 2 levels down, this flight would have been stupid hard. On top of that, like, if I didn't fly for a while and I hadn't been practicing with instruments at all and didn't know really how to use VORs, like, you can be spending a lot of money really, really fast without knowing, without being best prepared for the lessons as you come up to them. So I would definitely recommend taking the time and not flying and just learning what you need to learn. And then when you get in the airplane, it's going to make a lot of sense. For example, the circling minimums, like, I didn't really understand them until, which is Corona, right? Yeah, I didn't really understand, like, what these circling minimums kind of meant. Like, I understood the concept of it, but once he explained that, we are at PDZ VORTAC, we're going to start our time at our final approach fix. We're going to start our time all the way down at 90 knots. It's going to be 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That's going to be our time frame. That if we reach, 1,660 feet, we could be at 1,660 feet right here, come down super fast, be right here, and then we have to stay on that until 2 minutes and 24 seconds right here. And that is when you execute your missed approach. But that is kind of like the circling minimum of what you need, and that's what it means by circling, is that you kind of just hold that altitude all the way in. Because in reality, if you look at Corona, right, their KAGL right here, the pattern is at 1,500 feet, basically. And so you're at basically at 1,600 feet for minimums, circling minimums at this airport. And if you don't actually go and find the airport at 1,600 feet, you're probably not going to find it at, a lower altitude. And it's also going to be a lot more dangerous as you're coming in shooting an approach. So, yeah, I guess that's what I learned. Enjoy the video, guys. This was the summary. And go watch the main video for the whole unedited interview. Not interview, the flight lesson, but a big part of it too was that the GoPros may have died halfway through because it was like an hour and a half, but I think I only got like an hour of footage in each one because, GoPro batteries aren't amazing, and hopefully somebody will invent a product someday that will change that. But yeah, that's it. And go check out the podcast, guys. Make sure you go check out our recent interview with Trisha Vernola. She was great. Came in here a bunch. But yeah, the IFR journey begins. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this with your friends. Share this with people who are on their IFR journeys, or maybe they're going to get to their IFR journey someday. The whole point is that I want to help people get through their training as fast and as best as possible. Today was also $375. So, on that note, JPL Aviation is where leadership and aviation take off.
Alright, how do you hear? I don't have you yet.
Centurion 1 Bravo Mike, departing Airvan is a right turn heading 120, straight out approved, runway 6, clear for takeoff, wind 120 at 4.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6.
No, not yet. Oh, you got the other one in there?
Fullerton Tower, Cirrus 251 Charlie Papa, we'll be ready to go behind the Centurion.
Departing runway 6, has this weather information available on flight service frequencies. Sorry, contact, you have information.
Check, yeah, sound loud and clear.
6.
Short runway 6, Cirrus 1 Charlie Papa.
Unclear.
Golden confirmation Alpha 1553 Zulu. Wind 0910 visibility.
Flaps are tracked. We're getting the ATIS.
Dew point 9 altimeter 2, 8. We are Alpha approaching you, arriving departing runway 6. Has this weather information available on flight service frequencies. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
260.
Cirrus 1 Charlie Papa, departing Alpha 1553 Zulu. Wind 0906, visibility 10, few clouds 2,900, temperature 18, dew point 9 altimeter 2, 8. We are Alpha approaching you, arriving departing runway 6. Has this weather information available on flight service frequencies. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
Alright, information Alpha.
Alpha is what we got. It is clearance taxi call. Alright, and then we have
Alpha. Yep. And then so when we ask for VFR practice approaches, they're going to kind of give us an amended clearance. It won't be like a full IFR clearance. They usually just they'll give us route, they'll give us frequency, and they'll give us our squawk code. So what we're gonna do, let's get this going. Aviation expires May 21st. It's good, half left, half up. Just checked. Let's go to Fullerton ground, 121.8. We can switch that over here.
on that one. Okay.
Yep, 121.8. And we have tower in the backup on 19.1.
Are we gonna go to the run up over here?
Right. Yeah. So this one we're gonna go to runway 6 over there. So we'll just take Alpha, and then I'll show you where to go to do the run up at. So we can tell Fullerton ground, Cessna 80238.
Oh, this is my mic thing?
Yeah,
Centurion 1 Bravo Mike, looks like SoCal's turning that air van back to the north off your right wing, the same altitude.
Okay, so we're going to ask for...
Yeah, so we'll just tell them Fullerton ground, Cessna 80238. We'd like to get a couple VFR practice approaches, starting with the ILS 26 left.
1 to 2 o'clock, a mile and a half, turning northeastbound, an air van climbing out of 1,500, maintain out of 1,200, tell you how that traffic.
And then they'll give us an altitude?
Yep. Yeah, and they'll give us a clearance, yep.
Fullerton ground, Cessna 80238. Transmit. Where's the check transmit button? Right here. Right there.
Yeah, just give them a second. Sometimes they're...
Centurion 1 Bravo Mike, freak change proof. Have a good flight.
Did I call twice?
Yep, try again.
Fullerton ground, Cessna 80238.
Cessna 80238, good morning, Fullerton ground.
Good morning, we are at General Aviation. Would like to head over to Brackett Field for the practice approach to the ILS 26 left.
Cessna 80238, verify you had Alpha, runway 6, taxi via Alpha. Did you require VFR flight following or do you want an IFR approach?
VFR flight following.
Cessna 80238, we would like flight following. We have Alpha, and it's going to be via Alpha to runway 6.
Alright, cool. We can get going. They'll give us a clearance when we get going here.
Centurion 1 Charlie Pop, freak change proof. We'll see ya. Correction, that's Cirrus 1 Charlie Pop, freak change proof. Good day.
Looks good. Yep. So he cleared us to the runway, so that is
runway 6, and this is going to be Alpha here.
Left.
Once you get this little ramp area, pull up on the yokes. Yeah, we don't pitch down here. There you go. And we'll also do an instrument cross check, just checking the magnetic compass, fix freeway, heading indicator, and turn coordinator are moving in the correct direction.
The engine sounds nice on this one.
Yeah, this is a nice plane. I prefer this one out of all the other ones.
Yeah, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
And the run-up's just going to be down over there, right?
Yep. There's no designated run-up area for runway 6, so we just kind of pull out, holding short of the runway, and we'll just kind of just pull up. We'll put the propeller kind of towards the street there.
Do you have any pet peeves that I should know about for flying?
Not really, man. Just altitude heading is the biggest thing. I wouldn't say any pet peeves though.
Some people are like, don't taxi too fast, or like, they don't know, little things.
Yeah, you're okay. You're fine. Okay, so I just follow the yellow line over here.
I'll just do it over here.
Yep.
Cool. Over there, or
let's see. No, you can just do it over here. Just put it over here. Just kind of turn around and kind of face the plane towards the runway. That way we're not prop blasting anybody behind us. We can just do it over there. The one kind of go behind us over there. Right here is good. Yeah, that's perfect right here.
Cessna 238, you ready to copy?
Go ahead.
ready to copy 80238.
Cessna 238, upon departure turn right heading 120. SoCal departure control frequency 128.1, squawk 0241.
Cessna 80238 is going to be right heading 120 on departure. Frequency is 128.1, and our squawk code is going to be 0241.
Cessna 80238, be back correct.
Oh.
Not going?
Reset. Off. Oh.
There we go, just a little bit of a delay.
You can't go back in.
Yeah, just go ahead and just pull in whatever, and then we can change it.
Uh-oh.
No? It's freezing?
Two's working.
0, 2, 4.
I just gotta press hard.
1. Yeah, I gotta press a little bit hard there. And we're on mode altitude, so we're good there. 0241. We can go to departure or go to tower frequency, and we can put the departure frequency in there as well. 128.1. Yep.
All set up, ready to go.
Helicopter 612 Tango Alpha, Fullerton ground. Approved your discretion. Winds 1704, altimeters 29 or 9 or 8. Use caution for a car behind and to your right.
Brakes on, hold lock, cabin doors free and correct. Nice closed. Check. Elevator trim. Is there do I have to keep this one a little up, or is it just on the exact?
That's neutral's fine. You can keep it a little up. That's fine too.
Some planes I fly, you gotta like have it up.
Yeah.
Fuel selective of both. Mixture rich, 1700 RPM. Okay, cool. Take off. Mixture rich. We're gonna go up to 1700 RPM, 1800-ish. Good, right there. We're gonna go. We're gonna check our...
Mag check.
What? Mag check, right?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
We're gonna go left. Good. Mags are good. Oil pressure's green. All temps of the green. Fuel's looking good. Everything else is looking decent. Back down to 1,000. And down a little bit for taxi. Cool. Throttle feels good. Transponder alternator's on. Strobe light's good. Flaps are up. Alright. Should be good.
All right, I'm gonna show you something on the Garmin. Are you familiar with the Garmin at all, really?
I just watched the video last night. So.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in all the airports that we're gonna go to. So the only one approach that we really need the GPS for is the RNAV, right? But for the ILS and the VOR, we're gonna use it for situational awareness. So we put K full in here. Next one's gonna be bracket. So that's
KPOC.
So, okay, POC. Yep. Yep, KPOC, and then next one will be KJO.
Tell us where to go.
Yep. They'll most likely give us vectors, but it's nice to have in there just for situational awareness. KJO, and then next one will be KCNO. that, KCNO, and I'm going to go ahead and click on bracket. I'll just put direct enter right now so we can put in the approach. So next thing we'll do, we'll go to procedure, select approach, ILS 26 left, and then we're going to look at our approach to look at our initial approach fix. So what's going to be our initial approach fix today?
For bracket?
Yep.
Initial approach fix is Lizzie.
Yep, exactly. So we'll go down here to Lizzie, and we're just going to load it. We're not going to activate it yet, so we'll just put in load. Yes, and now it's loaded in. So once we get closer, it'll kind of be loaded in there, and depending on where the vector is on, if the vector is after Lizzie, then we'll go into the procedure, and then we'll activate the approach, we'll activate the leg onto the final approach fix, which will be stage E intersection.
Okay, and then should we put in 110.5 in here?
Exactly, yep. It's better to get all that stuff done now so we don't have to worry about it later. So 110.1. Yep, 110.5. We actually have it right here. Let's put it over here on this one too. So we can do is click here, 110.5. We have it here. We'll just click it over there.
And we would do nav 1, or it's...
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get it right now. So we just put it approach course 259er.
Oh, you put the main one in. Okay.
Yep. 2425.
And this will automatically go to there because if you press nav 1, that activates this, right? Or...
No, it's gonna activate it right here. This is our nav 1. This is gonna be our nav 2 over here.
Okay.
Yep. So we got that. So we'll put it back on flight plan. We got it there. So let's see. We got our localizer frequency. We got our approach course here, and we can kind of just we can brief it real quick. So this is the ILS 26 left into bracket. Localizer frequency is 110.5. We got that in there. Approach course is 259er. We got that in the OBS one. Runway length is 4151. Touchdown zone elevation 1005. Airport elevation 1014.
And our DA is going to be 1332 and 1.
Yep, 1332 with 1 statute mile visibility. The note section, runway 26 helicopter visibility doesn't apply to us. This is a board in 2, so when you don't get the local altimeter setting, not received, use Ontario altimeter and setting and increase DA to 1364. Alright, missed approach, climb to 2100, then climbing left turn to 4000 on Pomona Vortex, radio 164, to Prado intersection, Pomona 9.3 DME, and hold. Alright, ATIS is going to be 124.4. So we'll get that in there when we get up in the air, 124.4. Cool. And we can also put...
Fullerton Tower, Skyhawk 65647.
AWAS in there as well.
1,900 feet over Los Alamitos.
Their AWAS in the backup as well, so 132, 175.
With information Alpha.
Skyhawk 65647, Fullerton Tower, enter right base, runway 6, clear to land, wind 0805.
17.
Right
pull
base.
It out, get there, 175, there we go.
Bridge 06, clear to land, Skyhawk
65647. And pretty much ready to go. So we can go ahead and let tower know we're holding short of runway 6 at Alpha, waiting for VFR release.
Fullerton Tower, this is the 80238, is holding short at runway 6 and ready for a VFR release.
Cessna 0238, Fullerton Tower, runway 6, clear for takeoff, wind 0905.
Runway 6 cleared for takeoff, thanks. Ooh. Alright, now we got a fun turn back to the left. Go. Okay. There we go.
Fullerton Tower, helicopter 612 Tango Alpha to east pads would like closed traffic, and I've got a request. I'd like to do a max performance takeoff straight up to pattern altitude.
Helicopter 612
Right, so
Tango
we're going to
Alpha,
turn right
Fullerton
heading
Tower,
to
hold
120.
on the east pad,
And our next
traffic
frequency is
departing
120.1. We got that loaded.
Cool.
Walk's good, let's go.
612 Tango Alpha.
Looks good, mixture's rich, both.
Helicopter 1 Tango
Check.
Alpha, did you want that
Brakes off,
from the east pad or from runway 24, or correction, runway 6 at Charlie when you receive your clearance?
I'll come out to runway 6 at Charlie, 2 Tango Alpha.
Fullerton Tower, good morning. Bonanza 905 Alpha Tango, water plant inbound landing Alpha.
And to 905 Alpha Tango, Fullerton Tower, ident, make left traffic runway 6.
Ident and left traffic for 6, 5 Alpha Tango.
Fullerton Tower, Cirrus 251 Charlie Papa, 9 to the east, inbound full stop with Alpha.
Alright.
Cirrus 251 Charlie Papa, Fullerton Tower, squawk 0252.
0252, 1 Charlie Papa.
Helicopter 612 Tango Alpha, no delay, approved as requested, runway 6 at Charlie, make left
Yeah,
over
right, okay, right,
traffic mile, flight base Cessna.
Okay, runway 6 at Charlie.
120, yeah, we'll just stay on the setting and then they'll kind of stop the departure right now.
Sirius 251 Charlie Papa, make or enter a right downwind for runway 6.
Enter a right downwind for runway 6, Sirius 1 Charlie Papa.
120.
Okay.
He didn't give us an altitude.
No, they didn't give us an altitude, yeah, so.
We're chilling.
Cessna 8023, contact SoCal departure, good day.
Contact SoCal, good day, thanks.
Alright, so yeah, we switch it over to 128.1.
That's on 139er uniform at 1,600 feet and climbing.
Instead of climbing out of 1,000.
SoCal approach, this is at 80238, climbing out of 1,000.
November 80238, SoCal approach, rudder. Altitude your discretion, I will have on navigation shortly.
Altitude my discretion, on nav shortly, 80238.
November 5447 Lima, SoCal approach, leaving 1,500.
Alright, so let's go look at the approach plate here. Let's see what we do for altitude. So initial approach fix will be at
November
between 4,000 and 6,000, so let's go up to 4,000.
Resume navigation, altitude your discretion.
Altitude our discretion, 139er uniform.
Aeromexico 646, reduce speed to 210.
210, now for Mexico 6.
Did you bring your foggles? Yeah. Okay, cool. There you go. My controls?
Air controls.
My controls.
Put them on.
SoCal
Yep, you go.
Cessna 5447 Lima, 1,300 feet climbing to 2,000.
That's a 5447
your
Lima,
controls?
SoCal approach, resume navigation,
Controls.
altitude your
Alright, so
discretion.
yes, go ahead and climb a VY, heading 120 up to 4,000.
My discretion, 47 Lima.
Aeromexico 646, contact approach 124.9er.
124.9er, Mexico 646, good day.
Citation 5, Charlie Bravo,
So when
finding
we get close to
110,
venturing to the approach, don't worry about doing the control of the radios, I'll do them for you. Just worry about flying the approach.
Bonanza 5 Whiskey Foxtrot by heading 040.
4,000.
Yep, 4,000, yep.
Yeah, it's a little different than the sim.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll stay at 3,000 for now. We're getting a little too close to these clouds, so we'll just stay 500 people low for now.
Okay.
So we'll stay at 3,000.
Thank you, safety pilot. feet.
Roger.
Bonanza 5 Whiskey Foxtrot, contact approach 125.5.
Power, about 2,100, 2,000. We'll just level out there, just get your scan going, keeping that altitude, heading, and airspeed's about 90 knots, super comfortable. You got that, so that's good.
Keep it at 90 knots?
Yeah, about 90 is good. Got a little bit more power there. And the faster we can get the ATIS, the better, so we'll go ahead and go to COM 2.
Approaching east, landing and departing runway 26 left, runway 26 right. Caution, verdict to vicinity of Bracket Airport, those procedures are in effect. Read back, hold, short instructions, runway Simon. Those to airmen, bracket tower temporary hours of operation are 0700 local to 1700 local. Runway 26 right, 8 left is closed during hours of tower closure and advise on mission continuity of ATIS X-ray. Bracket tower formation X-ray 10547 Zulu, wind 0904, visibility 10.
Contact approach on on 132.0.
2.09er, altimeter 29er. Bureau, approaching east, landing and departing runway 26 left, runway 26 right.
Alright, information X-ray we got. Yeah, so we'll stay on the heading here, so it should show 120 here, altitude 3000. Yeah, just small corrections.
Request 5,500.
SoCal, Saratoga, 8341 Hotel, 1,750.
Number 8341 Hotel, SoCal, approach rudder. See, fly heading to 140 and maintain VFR.
Fly heading 140, maintain VFR.
That's a good speed there, so yeah, hold it right there at 90. 3,000 altitude, heading 120, good.
Ah, shit.
SoCal departure, Cessna 67431.
Different, right, when you're just staring at your instruments like that?
Say again?
It's different when you're just staring at your instruments like that, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
You'll get used to it.
One gets off and I'm like, oh crap, gotta
Yeah.
I try to fix it and then I fixate on it and then I lose my altitude.
Just
I'm like,
get that scan going, that's the important thing.
Going to John Wayne, give me the call sign.
There you go, that's better.
Number 9792 Victor, radar contact, proceed inbound via signal peak, and what's your type aircraft? November 92 Victor, squawk 0212 and I-10. November 67431, SoCal, please verify you're a 152.
Correct, 152 or 431.
Number 431, remain outside Los Angeles Bravo airspace, altitude your discretion.
Remain clear of our airspace and altitude 1 discretion 431.
I didn't line up the horizon bar. That might have helped.
That's okay. When we level off, we can go ahead and do that.
Number 5368, the hotel, SoCal approach, resume mode navigation, altitude your discretion, and say runway request.
Resume on nav, altitude my discretion, and it'll be the runway 6 left at bracket 238.
Bound to Long Beach, 680 South.
Alright, so we can begin
November
left turn to
238, approach on 125.5.
Left 360.
300?
Yep, 360.
360.
November 238, contact approach on 125.5.
125.5, 80238.
Thank you. November 68 Hotel, unfortunately you were cut out. What is your runway requested?
6 Hotel, we're going to head to the Long Beach.
125.5.
UPS 2711, Europe 255 on trail altimeter 3000. 3000, UPS 2711.
We're 882 Delta Sierra, Los Angeles Center, 128.15, good day.
Tucson. This one doesn't have a bug.
Yeah, it doesn't have a bug. All our don't have a bug, unfortunately.
2500.
259 Charlie, Bravo, SoCal departure, IDN on trail altimeter 3000, VFR climb to 4500 approved.
IDN climb to 4,500 approved, 259 Charlie.
9 Charlie, Bravo, radar contact 3 West Riverside Airport.
SoCal Cessna 80238, heading 360.
Are we pulling up on the airport?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because you'd be referencing that too, right?
Yep.
Well called, SoCal.
Who called?
SoCal Cessna 80238, heading 360. We'd like to get the VFR practice approach, ILS 26 left into bracket, please.
Area 023, SoCal approach, on trail altimeter 3000.
80238.
Number 23, this will be a full stop ILS, or you want back to me?
No, we have to go missed and get the VOR Alpha into Corona. 238.
It's on request for now. Okay, so you want the ILS, not the VOR, correct?
That's correct. ILS 26 left Tino 238. A correction into bracket 238.
23, Roger. Let me know when you get ATIS information, X-ray.
And we have X-ray 238.
23, are you going to be able to climb up VFR to 4,500?
We have clouds here about 3,500.
4,500, or expect something else, or you can request something else. Your choice.
Okay, let's do the ILS 26 left Chino, please, 238.
238, Roger, you can proceed direct Paradise, maintain VFR 3000.
Direct Paradise at VFR 3000, 238.
So the frequency for that is?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and put it in here. So we're going to go direct to
November 9
Paradise.
Charlie Bravo, fly heading 270, vectors for traffic.
Fly heading 270, vector for traffic. Request climb 6,500. 209, Charlie Bravo.
SoCal, this is on 139 uniform at 5,800 feet.
We have multiple people calling at once, everyone stand by. UPS 2711 via the arrival. You're cleared for the ILS, runway 26 left approach.
The arrival clear for the ILS 26 left, UPS 2711.
I think Grizzly 21 called on Terrell Timber 3000. Once you get this, you ready to start on your course now?
Direct, enter. Let's go to a heading of 071.
Roger. For 1399 uniform SoCal on Terrell Timber 3000.
Alright.
Yep, and we're just going to maintain VFR at or below 3,500.
And who else called? You're stepped on.
Bonanza 23682, like to continue descent.
682 VFR descent 6500 approved.
Okay, so we got it here. We got to put it in Chino now, so we're doing Chino.
Approach, Archer
So
259, Charlie Bravo, request VFR climb 6,500.
direct enter just so we can activate the approach. Select approach.
Charlie Bravo approved.
ILS 26 right.
Approve 6,500, 259, Charlie.
And the initial approach pick is going to be Casby, so we'll load that. And then we got to go to. And then we got to go to Paradise.
CHP51, was that for me?
Grizzly 21 affirmative. UPS 2083 heavy on Terra Tower 120.6.
We're going to go 071 for now.
Oh, 071.
Yep.
Grizzly 21 again, let me know before you start. There is traffic inbound from Banning, a Boeing 757 descending out of 10,000 for Ontario on the arrival. Air 6 off Victor, change my frequency 125.5.
And I'll put it on GPS mode to help you out here. So yeah, direct track, let's do 071. I put it on GPS mode here, so just follow that there.
Oh, this?
Yep.
Put a line.
Number 333, Whiskey SoCal approach, good morning. Palm Springs, Altimeter 2991. November 23, depart Paradise heading 070, vectors for the approach.
Paradise heading 070, vectors for the approach, 238.
Number 238, let me know when you get it. It's Lima's current there.
Roger, we'll let you know we have Lima, 238.
CHP51, where are you headed now?
CHP51, south along the 57.
Roger.
Alright, Chino.
Medevac 655, Juliet Hotel, SoCal departure radar contact, climb maintain 15,000.
Below, check nose for details. Amendments to the obstacle departure procedures and instrument approach procedures are in effect. Check nose for details. Advisor Chairman has weather for Southern California available on flight service frequencies. Stay position, actual contact, reback runway assignment, and hold short instructions. Use caution for birds and wildlife in the vicinity of Chino Airport. Advise actual contact to Lima. Chino confirmation, Lima 1553 Zulu, wind 190 at 5, visibility 10, 2,700 scattered, temperature 182.7, altimeter 3000. ILS runway 26 right approaching use, landing and departing runway 26 right and runway 26 left. Next, air multiple cranes in the vicinity of Chino Airport, 177 feet AGL and below.
Alright, so you have 3000, it is information Lima.
Good morning on Terrell Timber 3000.
3000, it is Lima.
You tell them that?
Yeah, I'll let them know right now.
Hotel, proceed direct 29 Palms.
SoCal approach us at 80238. We have information Lima.
0238 SoCal, Roger. After complete shell approach, maintain VFR at or below 3,000, direct Paradise, return this frequency.
Maintain at or below 3,000 direct Paradise, maintain this frequency 8238. Cool.
6 Alpha Victor, verify you have 25.5.
How to stay on east.
November 546 Alpha Victor, if you're not on 25.5.
Alright, so now we got to change the frequency now, so 111.9 will be our localized frequency.
Victor's with you at 25.5.
So yeah, we'll click the little button and just push it in. There you go. 111.5.
Roger that.
Over 99 uniform.
There we go. And approach course will be 255, so we'll put it at 255 right there.
133.5, 139.
And we have the approach loaded in the GPS too. That's alright. And then when we get to Paradise, upon reaching Paradise, we'll fly to heading 070.
2711 Costway turbulence. We're following heavy Boeing 767 on a 3-mile final for 261.
And we'll put tower in the backup too, so 118.5, you can put that in there.
Medevac 5, Juliet Hotel, Los Angeles Center, 128.15, good day. Medevac 655, Juliet Hotel, Los Angeles Center, 2815.
There you go.
Alright, so we don't switch yet, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Alright, this is 125, 85.
I can see how the use of an autopilot in a plane is insanely valuable.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because trying to do all this and then imagine going somewhere you don't know.
Yep.
And you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Trying to do too much, and if you're not prepared, you're going to screw yourself.
For sure. Yeah, when I did my training at Riverside, we did something called the Death Triangle. It was the ILS 26 left into Chino, and then the VOR Alpha into Corona, and the RNAV 9er, and they're all like 5 minutes separating each other, so it was super fast.
So right now, situational awareness-wise, we're going into Chino.
Yeah, well, first we're going to Paradise VOR, and then they'll give us a heading of 070.
2711 on Terra Tower 120.6.
132, 175. I'll put this one in the backup.
Okay, if we slow down a little bit, we're kind of light today.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thanks. We'll see you, UPS 2711.
Grizzly 21 SoCal. Approved.
Anytime I have a deviation in the altitude, I'm just doing a half standard bar width correction. So I raise 100 feet there, so I just...
Roger, good.
I'm going to have to go below that to get below the clouds there.
Okay, then why don't you
have 118.5 loaded because that's our next tower frequency for
5 miles at 3,000.
Yeah, perfect. You always want to stay ahead of the airplane. That's good.
111.5 is the VOR frequency for Chino Airport.
Yep, and I'm going to put Paradise in the back.
And we're shooting VOR runway 26 approach.
Yep, and it's also cross radio for Chino as well. So our cross radio is going to be Paradise, so 112.2. We could put that in the nav 2.
Nav 2, 112.2.
112.2. We'll put that in the active, and then
I see.
Contact approach
that's to recognize our final approachment, stagey. So stagey intersection will be heading or radio 310. So we'll put that in the OBS 2. 310. There you go. So when this starts to come in and it centers up, that's when we know we're crossing the final approach fix.
Final approach fix.
Yep.
Plus 178 SoCal approach, good morning. Palm Springs, altimeter 901.
Now remember, we're on GPS mode for the OBS 1, so this is what they call the $800 mistake on your check ride. If you don't remember to change that from GPS to VLOC, then that's a bust. So.
And you switch it over how?
Yeah, switch. All you do is CDI button. That'll change it from GPS to VLOC.
CDI button.
Yep. So coming up here, we have about half a mile left. Once we get to Paradise, we'll turn left heading 070.
Once we get to Paradise, so when this swings in? No, wait.
No, not yet. Yeah, we're just looking at this for now. Alright, so we're getting up there, 0.2 miles left. Once we cross it, we'll go to a heading 070.
We're waiting for what to cross?
Once we get to Paradise here. So we're waiting till we get across Paradise.
Okay, so we're referencing the GPS for that?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, who's got golf?
Could we do the VOR too, but we're going to use the GOS?
Yep, we can do the VOR or the GPS, yep.
26 left. Ontario altimeter 30.
Okay, so we crossed it, so left heading 070. And I'm going to change it to VLOC mode now.
12,000.
You change it to CDI mode.
Yep. So now we're on CDI mode now. So VLOC, that's what we're doing ILS.
3,500 is approved off Lord for east or west of March.
At or above 3,500 for 6 South Victor. SoCal approach, Cessna 67431 at 5,500. Request 7,500.
070, altitude, nice little turbulence going on.
Altimeter 3000, VFR climb 7,500 approved, and what are you doing today?
And we got 111.5, which we are going to be
Fringe Valley
tracking on this.
41.
112, what's this one?
That's the nav 2, that's Paradise VOR.
That's Paradise, and that's for this, when
Yep,
it swings
exactly,
in.
yeah, that's when it swings in.
Matching our instrument approach, initial approach fix for that. Is that the final or the initial?
SoCal, Cessna 5184 Juliet.
That'll be our final.
2000.
And calling approach again?
SoCal, Cessna 5184 Juliet at 2000, requesting 3,500.
5184 Juliet, SoCal, departure right in on altimeter 3000.
There's actually an advantage to kind of going slower while you're doing this.
Bravo, change right frequency 125.5.
Next. Yeah, actually our final approach fix is going to be Dewey
if you're not up,
intersection.
change right frequency 127.0.
Going to be what?
Dewey intersection, yeah, that's where we're at. Dewey intersection and radio 334. That's where we're going to be at. Yeah, keep line 070. It's good. There we go, that's where we need it.
4 Hotel Bravo, on your altimeter
Yeah, ILS 26 right. And then, yeah, Paradise, cross radio is 334.
I'm looking at the VOR, and that's why.
Yeah. ILS, yeah, ILS 26 right.
Okay. Now that makes more sense.
Yep.
70 and...
November 6530 Yankee SoCal approach, good morning, Palm Springs, altimeter
So you look at
2991.
the GPS too right here, you start to see our points. So Casby, Linden. So once they vector us onto the final, we can put the leg on there too. So
Mike Whiskey
we'll just
SoCal.
see once our turn in, we'll kind of anticipate to see which leg they're going to put us on over there.
Okay, you're out of where? What's your altitude?
So most likely they're going to vector us after Casby, or they'll take us after or beyond Casby. And they'll vector us
fighting
over there.
360 to join your
Say that again?
So most likely they're either going to vector us before Linden, or they'll keep us on this heading and they'll have us go after Casby over there. So we'll anticipate to see what they're going to do here.
User Mike Whiskey, you have something filed already?
Alright, and Casby, we're headed to
Okay,
right
well,
now, Riverside,
here,
Casby,
so
and that's the
stand
hold,
by.
so we're coming in directly this side right now
exactly,
from Paradise.
Yep. And since they're vector racing onto the approach, we don't have to do the hold there on the ILS.
But if we were doing the hold, we'd be doing a parallel entry, and it'd be
784 Julia, radar
standard right
contact over Lake
turn.
Matthews, VFR climb to 3000 approved.
Exactly.
Climb to 3,000 approved, 84 Juliet.
84 Juliet, and you can change my frequency to
And back to
134.0.
134.0, 84 Juliet.
What happens when I look down at my iPad?
November 238, turn left, heading of 330 to join the localizer.
Left heading at 330, join localizer 238.
Good.
330.
Southwest 1486, descend and maintain 1010,000.
Any likes our altitude? So our altitude's okay?
The altitude is fine. Yep. Yep. We need to be at Linden at 3,000, so just stay hold 3,000 for now. So that's what they're doing. They're putting us in between Linden. So what we could do is go flight plan. Linden here. We're gonna go direct, enter. That'll activate the leg there.
Here's 110 Bravo.
So heading 330 and keep 3,000 for now. See that purple line? Yeah, it activates the leg right there for us.
Flight plan activated.
So turn 330 and keep 3,000. And you see now slowly the localizer starting to come in on the OBS one there. So we're just going to anticipate it. So they haven't cleared us for the approach yet, so just stay on 330 for now.
Yeah, I got some studying to do.
84 Juliet, traffic alert, numerous aircraft over Lake Matthews practice area at your altitude. Are you able to climb higher?
330. Alright, 3,000, 330. We are tracking in. We're waiting for the localizer to start.
Yeah, it's actually there now. Let me call them. They haven't cleared us for the approach yet, so let me call them.
Okay, 5202 go ahead.
And approach 238. Are we clear for the approach?
November 238, you're 3 miles from Linden, heading 210, practice approach approved, maintain VFR, no separation service provided.
Practice approach approved, no separation service provided, 238.
Good. So turn left 210. So yeah, the controller actually there, he screwed up there because he didn't give us the practice approach approved, and we went way our localizer there. So
that's what I was talking about the other day. When you're pulling up on the localizer, you got to query them. Say, hey.
Exactly.
Cool.
So let's go back to 210 and let's get back on the localizer.
Number 3000. Thanks for my.
And we're going to stay at 3,000 because we need to get Linden. Look at your push plate. And Linden, we have to be above 3,000. So we have to get back to 3,000 there.
You maintain VFR, stay altitude, radar contact 10 to the northeast of Cochrane.
Yeah, that's the thing about IFR. You always have to stay ahead of the plane. So the controller there, he has to tell us that way before because we just flew right past our localizer.
Bravo, SoCal, or Palm Springs, altimeter 2990, descend and maintain 7,000.
You can get back now. Let's get back to like 240. That localizers are going to come in.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and then back to 3,002 over here.
I have a big fix for that one, but okay.
Cessna 520, Zulu Hotel.
7,400, fly present heading for traffic.
Come on.
There you go. See the localizer starting to come back in over here. So let's start turning to 255 heading.
Okay, now right for Gillette, you want 2,500? Have Gillette approved and on altimeter 3000. 149 Hotel Charlie on altimeter 3000.
255.
Yep, good. See, now the localizer is nice and centered there. That's where we want to have it. That's exactly where we want to be right there.
We're right on the way in, 255.
255, so let's turn right, 255 over here.
1505 Tango, Palm Springs, altimeter 2991.
Yep, 255. If you find this heading right here, we're going to stay right on the localizer.
Charlie Bravo, SoCal departure, ride in on altimeter 3000.
At 3,000. 55 at 3,000.
23, contact Chino Tower.
So what are we looking for next?
Going to Chino Tower 238.
118.5.
Yep, and just let them know. Let's actually turn a little bit more. Let's turn like to 255 over here.
Okay, Whiskey, you're going to make the right.
Look at your localizer. See, turn right over there more.
Okay, right turn on Papa then, off the runway.
And just let them know Chino Tower, Cessna 80238 on the ILS 26 right.
I'll go to 775, and you can go lower than 2,000 if you would like. One Cessna is a full stop, another one's taxiing back right now, so you can get your altitude for a few minutes if you would like.
Okay, this will actually work for now, 775.
Roger.
Go ahead. Yep.
Chino Tower 238 is on the ILS localizer for
26 right.
26 right.
8223, Chino Tower and a 26 right, clear low approach on the go, I'll call your left turn.
Clear low.
Oh, God.
Clear low, you call my left turn, 238.
That's 520 Motel, Chino Tower.
Alright, so yeah, let's start getting back there.
I'm way past.
That's okay. Just keep an eye on your localizer. And we're landed now as well, so go down to Dewey intersection. That'll be our final fix. We go down to 2,100. So reduce it over here. We'll reduce it about like 1,700.
America 68 Romeo Whiskey.
90 knots, 500 feet per minute.
Yep, about 500 knots per minute. And you see our glide slope here starting to come in as well over here.
Right at Papa for 68 for Romeo Whiskey.
Put a little more power so not get too slow.
Contact ground point 6.
I'm going to 2,100.
Yep, 2,100.
Romeo Whiskey went on the north side of 26 right in contact ground on 121.6. Good morning.
Oh, to the Dewey intersection.
On the other side
Yep,
for
the Dewey intersection.
Romeo Whiskey.
So we have that on the GPS, and we also have it set on our openness too. So once that starts to flee through here, that's when we know we're crossing our final approach fix. So let's get back on the localizer over here.
Make right clear traffic.
You can also reference with your GPS. You see your planes kind of like going to the left over there. You kind of correct that over there. Yeah, 255 is where you want to be.
Runway 26 left, you recall my base. 520 Fullerton.
Localizer. So correct. If you see it to the right, that means you need to turn to the right.
Dominant 36 Julia Papa, holding short at 26 left, traffic pattern.
There's a 386 Papa, make one clear traffic.
Yeah, you need
Here says I'm straight, so.
Yeah, you gotta follow the localizer over here.
Left full traffic, 26 left.
It shows 10 nautical miles, so if you increase it here, you can see it a little bit closer.
And then when it slowly starts to swing in like that, that's when I'll like kind of ease out.
546 Alpha Victor, Chino Tower.
546 Alpha Victor, just checking.
Still descending. 500 feet per minute.
Make sure for 26 left traffic, 12 o'clock in about a 2
Alright, now we're getting to Dewey intersection, so now we're final fix. We can go down to our minimum, say 86. So yeah, we'll slow down here a little,
Do you want to change to 26
and then we'll do our forward landing checklist. So fuel selector both, mixture full rich,
Mixture's full rich.
and let's do the carb.
Do you want to reduce speed or not?
Alright, I'll get a 26 left.
So we can go all the way down now, right?
Yep.
Yep.
26 left.
255. And glide slope, see, look at our glide slope. Let's get our descent going a little bit.
Are you going to be continuing northbound?
And that's like a 3-degree glide slope on the way, right?
Yeah. Northbound traffic on a 4-mile final.
3 degrees where we want to be,
I'll have to get you back in.
Yeah, so there we go, starting to catch it again now.
238 traffic over 12 o'clock in a mile and a half at 2,200, a helicopter.
Roger, looking 238.
Helicopter 705, and do you need to go back south the course again?
Yeah, if we could, just one more
Catching,
turn,
yes,
that'd
a
be
little
great.
bit. As you get closer to the localizer, it gets more sensitive. So we're getting to 886.
26 left, 26
will be our
left,
minimum.
2 land. 26 left, clear to land, 6 Alpha Victor.
886.
Zero Tower, Cessna 520, Lima at runway area, ready for departure. The 520 Lima Tower, Chinook Tower, say destination. South, it's departure, 520 Lima Tower. Helicopter 705, you can start the right turn. Helicopter 705, you can make the right turn southbound again.
Right turn southbound, 775.
We're low, so I gotta go up.
That's 520 Lima Tower, and you said you're ready to go.
Right over here.
Already 520 Lima Tower. 520 Lima Tower, no delay, running 26 right, clear for takeoff, I'll call you left turn.
And back to the left over here.
26 right, you come on at 26 right, clear to takeoff, 520 Lima Tower. Cessna 230, departing prior to arrival, Cessna.
So it says we're low.
That was at 6 Juliet Papa, number 2, follow Sirius on a 2-mile final, running 26 left, clear for the option.
And back to the left over here. Number 2,
26 left, clear for the option, 6 Juliet Papa. There's like information, Mike is now current, wind calm, altimeter 3001.
We got a little bit of power here, it's straighten out. So we're getting to see how we're getting up
really low.
Below, yeah.
Cessna 0 Zulu Hotel, squawk VFR.
Squawk VFR, 520 Fullerton.
Cessna 238, go around, offset north
low.
of runway 26 right.
Going around 238, so let's put in full power.
238, offset north of runway 26 right, continue westbound.
So, for 74.
And we'll continue westbound 238.
238, thanks, traffic up 126 right to Cessna.
And we're looking 238.
Alright, we hit 70.
That was official Papa traffic over the wash at 2000 as the helicopter going to be orbiting just
and we're going to fly west for now.
They'll be higher than you.
Fly west.
Looking for the traffic right now. 6 Juliet Papa. Cessna 0 Lima Hotel, continue flying runway heading. I'll call your left turn. You call my left turn, runway heading 520 Lima Hotel. Cessna 238, start your left turn now, contact SoCal departure.
Start left turn now, contact SoCal departure 238. SoCal departure is on
775, we've got one.
Sorry, left turn now, and they said to go direct to Paradise on at or below 3000. So we'll put this in the OBS2.
At or below 3000.
Actually, we can go to here, 112.2, and we'll go direct to Paradise. Move it over here until this centers up, and that's what put us direct to Paradise over here.
Okay, 1 Delta Sierra, and say that one more time. We just
There you go. So about a heading of 105.
SoCal 491 Delta Charlie, we're off cable direct.
And let's get that climb going. So about BY over here.
Okay, number 491 Delta Charlie, SoCal departure.
Up to 3000.
Yep. I just let SoCal approach know that off the mist, direct to Paradise.
SoCal approach, that's a 80238 is off the mist, and on the approach for...
direct to Paradise.
Direct to Paradise, 238. 105.
First number.
SoCal departure, Sirius 110 Bravo Whiskey.
10 Bravo Whiskey, stand by.
Alright, so now we can go to our approach plate and look up the VOR Alpha into Corona.
Sirius with you at 8000 for Riverside, requesting the visual for 27.
441 Delta Sierra, SoCal.
2,400, 600 to go.
Okay, number 491 Delta Charlie, ident on trail number 3000, climb maintain 7000.
3000, we're climb maintain 7000 for 491.
What do we have in these right now?
So right now we have the Paradise in this one. That's just taking us direct there. And that's basically what this whole approach is based on. Is going to be the Paradise VOR. So
441 Delta Sierra, descend and maintain. Actually,
and on this one we're coming, like if you look at the approach plate, we're kind of coming from this direction. So we're going to do a parallel entry over here.
Okay.
So when we fly Paradise, we're going to fly heading 078, do a parallel, standard rate turn to the left, and catch that radio coming back in on 258.
November 67431, contact March approach on 133.5.
And let's get the ATIS now for them so they don't have to ask us later. 132.17.
133.5, 431.
Celsius. Altimeter 3000. Remarks. Density altitude 1000. Corona Municipal Airport.
And last call.
Automated weather observation. 165-9er. Zulu. Wind variable at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition few 4,400. Temperature 18 Celsius. 2.08 Celsius. Altimeter 3000. Remarks.
2875, Port Bravo.
Falcon approach, this is 74 Sierra Papa with you, level 5000.
Yeah, we need to get back on that Paradise over here.
74 Sierra Papa, Hotel approach.
We're just going direct Paradise.
Yeah, direct Paradise, yep.
That's acting as VOR.
Bracket,
yeah.
8S3000.
We're straight to Paradise.
Sierra Papa.
1 Delta Charlie, climb and maintain 7,000.
Roger, climb, maintain 7,000 for 491 Delta Charlie. Okay.
23, SoCal IDEN on Delta 3000.
IDEN 3000, 238.
November 1 Delta Sierra, I'm going to take you north a little for your descent, then I'll bring you back around to the west.
Okay, thank you, 1 Delta Sierra. Okay, I'll approach Baron 6188 Mike request.
So we can kind of adjust it here.
88 Mike, what's your request?
The point is that we just have to go direct there, right?
Yep, going direct to Paradise right now. That's the instructions he gave us, so let's do 115 on the heading for now.
Lake Havasu City, KHII.
There's Paradise on the GPS right there
Okay,
as well.
how come they didn't provide you or have you give you anything?
I asked at the tower and they said they were not providing that. I'd have to get it from 12545.
Okay, and what's the call sign?
November 6188 Mike.
What was the type of aircraft?
Aaron, BE/golf, BE58/golf.
Alright, so I'll start anticipating it now, so we can kind of look over here. Let's get back on the heading.
4763, thank you, 88 Mike.
So got departure 110 Bravo Whiskey.
110 Bravo Whiskey, SoCal.
Yes, sir, 110 Bravo Whiskey, about 6 miles south of REI, passing through 9,200 for 11.5. Come back in real quick.
Okay, it's 661 Bravo Whiskey.
Okay, once we cross Paradise, we're going to fly heading 078, okay?
0 Bravo Whiskey.
078, 078,
Where are you
yep.
going?
We're Sirius with direct band right now.
Dakota Confusion starting to come in now, and
Let's
left
say
from
identify for your
078.
airport and type aircraft.
Type is a Sirius SR-20. We've got a flight plan filed.
Yeah, I don't have your flight plan. I'm asking for a destination.
Let's keep it at 33000, standard rate turn is 078.
1 Delta Sierra, turn right or right turn heading 180.
Cancel IFR, go VFR, also 1 Delta Sierra.
1 Delta Sierra, for cancellation receive, you can turn right heading
And
of
back to
180.
180, our altitude, 1 Delta Sierra.
88 Mike, your radar contact 5 north of March.
And we're going to do 1 minute holding pattern here, so I'll note that for you, so don't worry about it.
Requesting 1,500.
We're going to do a 1 minute holding pattern on the outbound turn, so just I'll note it for you, so just keep on 078 for
88
now.
Mike approved this request to 1,500.
1,500, 88 Mike, thank you.
And approach 238, we have the weather at Corona.
238, roger.
Alright, and then we have to put the CTAF frequency in the back, so 122.7.
6197 Delta SoCal.
So back 078, and we got about 30 seconds left on this outbound turn.
4 Sierra Papa, fly heading 090.
Flight heading 090, 724 Sierra Papa.
No, back to 078, we got to be on that radio there.
Approach Sirius 999 Kilo Echo, checking in at 5,000.
491 Delta Charlie, approach 134.0.
Roger, 134.0 for 1 Delta Charlie.
1 Delta Sierra, contact Riverside Tower 121.0, and remain outside March class Charlie, have a good day.
Good day, 1 Delta Sierra.
Alright, so we're going to turn left, standard rate turn to the left.
Hotel, Chino 2,500, climbing 3,000.
Okay, the one going to Santa Fe, what was the call sign again? Your stuff got erased.
It's a 110 Sirius, 110 Bravo Whiskey, SR-20.
Yep, standard rate, so just a little bit less over here.
Right there. Kilo Echo, checking in at 5,000, and I'd like to cancel IFR here.
Okay, for canceling IFR, stand by.
And then we're going to just keep on making that standard rate turn over here until this starts to come in at 258, which is our inbound radio over there. So you see it start to come in, and you're going to catch that heading at 258.
Altimeter 3000, squawk.
So yeah, just keep that going good.
1002.
Doing a procedure turn?
Yep, procedure turn, yep.
002, 0 Bravo.
And then we're going to hold that altitude 3002.
34.0, 88 Mike. Good day.
Air 42 Hotel, SoCal,
That makes a lot more sense now that I know.
Yep.
I didn't realize we were
Exactly, yep.
360 on the heading.
1 minute outbound, turn back, and then on the heading.
Yep.
Zero Hotel, climb maintain
And hold
4,000.
3,000 here.
Radar contact, 10 south of
And
Pomona
then
VR.
right here is about good right here.
maintain
And you're going to
4,000,
see that radio start to come in, so it's going to come fast, so you got to catch it when it comes in. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So hold about 180 for now.
Papa, you said you wanted to cancel IFR?
That was 999 Kilo Echo.
Negative 740 Papa.
Hold 180.
Okay, that's what I thought.
How do I know to hold 180?
Because you want to have it about on the 45 degree for 258, because you're going to catch it. I'll let you know on the debrief. Right now we're going to see this start to come in as well over here.
Roger, radar system, squawk maintain VFR, change advisor frequency approved, good day.
Squawk VFR, change to advisory, 900.
I have a left turning tendency.
Yeah.
For Charlie Bravo, SoCal.
Hey, Charlie
So
Bravo,
it's starting to come in now, so let's turn to 258.
Hey, Charlie Bravo. Charlie Bravo, contact. Charlie Bravo, contact approach 132.2.
That turn
and use caution for
See how we're
traffic.
going, what's the radio already? Just keep it going, 258.
Oh, it's already passed through.
Contact 132.2 and looking for traffic to Brody Charlie Bravo.
Yep, keep it going.
Where's your Papa? What approach would you like?
I'd like the VOR Alpha approach into Bracket Airport, 740 Papa.
I was way too
Zero
far.
Echo Hotel, turn left heading 270 immediately, climb and maintain
We're
1010,000.
front west and we're a little bit off.
Yeah, so we need to go back over here to see how it's over here. Yeah, we got to correct that.
270 immediately, Zero Hotel, expedite climb through 7, please.
And then once we start getting towards...
Yep, so if they clear us for the approach, then we can start the approach. If they don't, we're going to do another hold, so... See right now what happens to
left turn heading 260.
Bound Chino Mike.
Everyone's stepping on each other. Everyone stand by. Stop calling, please. I will call you if I need you. 3 Whiskey Radar, 0 Bravo Whiskey Radar, contact 5 west.
We're about to be over Paradise again, right?
Yep, we're about to go over Paradise, so they haven't cleared us, so we're going to have to do another hold in the pattern. So once we cross Paradise here, then we'll just do a right turn to heading 078. Good, you're holding your altitude, it's good. 90 knots is comfortable for the holding pattern right now.
1 minute legs.
Yep, 1 minute legs.
There's no timer in here, is there?
Zero Hotel, fly heading.
We have the clock over here, or we have to use our watch. So we have user watch for now.
Clock
So
isn't
yeah,
working.
cone of confusion, just turn right here, to the right.
Over
Standard
55 Victor, 55 Victor, approach 128.75.
128.75.
So they didn't clear us for the approach. Let's do standard rate turn, and then we'll turn to heading 078.
Foxtrot, SoCal, contact Chino Tower 118.5.
18.5 for Tango Fox.
So we start our timer once we get to our outbound leg. So 078, that's when we start the timer.
Into Bracket Airport, 740 Papa.
Course your Papa, turn left heading 270, join the final approach course.
Turning left.
I think I can see it now.
Yep.
740 Papa.
Let's get back
Zero
up to 3.
Hotel, I'll have heading direct Gorman here momentarily.
Just keep the standard rate turn going.
Horizon 2922, SoCal approach is maintain 11,000.
About a little bit of power in here too. Keep it going, 078, standard rate turn.
It's very important that you keep it on standard rate the whole time.
Absolutely, yep.
Okay.
40 Papa, you can left turn now heading 260, descend and maintain 4,000.
Left turn 260,
078, there you go. Good.
Papa.
So we'll do time now, 1 minute legs.
Vectors for the approach to Chino.
And I got the timer for you. So yeah, just stay on that heading 078 for now. And then once we complete that 1 minute turn, we'll turn back to 258.
4,000, you can proceed direct Gorman now.
Direct Gorman up to 14,000. Direct Hotel.
Direct Hotel and contact Los Angeles Center on 125.27. Have a good day, thanks. 420 Echo Hotel, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
2527. Direct Hotel. Fine.
That's correct.
Number 238, how will this approach terminate at Chino?
Approach terminate to Chino?
That's not us.
I thought you said 238.
Number 0238, SoCal.
Yep. SoCal, we're actually holding a Paradise for the VOR Alpha into Corona 238.
Okay, just continue holding there.
Continue holding 238.
Force your Papa, descend and maintain 3,000.
10 seconds.
Maintain 3,000, Force your Papa.
I told this guy we had the weather Corona too. We're not going to Chino. Alright, so yeah, 3,000 where we want to be. We're coming up 1 minute legs. And let's turn back right heading to 258.
269 SoCal approach, reduce speed 210, then descend and maintain 12,000. Denver 7240 Papa, you're 5 miles from Goldie, turn right heading 320, maintain 3000 until established. On the final approach course cleared for the VOR.
So I can kind of guess that he's going to have us do one more lap per pattern. He's going to continue holding.
Right turn,
Good practice for holding though, that's pretty good.
Maintain 3000, 7240 Papa.
SoCal departure EPS 2919 Heavy out of 3000 for 7000.
Nice.
2919 Heavy, SoCal approach on trail
return, that's doing good.
3000, your radar contact climb, maintain 7000.
258.
258, yep.
2919.
Present 2922, descend maintain 7400.
Heading is
Good.
258.
Yep.
Tracking on the Paradise
Yep, so
VOR.
keep that turn going.
Come on.
Alright, you're doing good.
So I should be doing probably inverted V on this one, right? That's what
Southwest
for these
269,
turns?
descend to maintain 1010,000.
Inverted V, or inverted V will be good, or you could do your radio cross check too.
Affirmative.
Alright, so we're getting a little fast. I'll reduce the power for you here. There we go.
most stuff you gotta, altitude too.
Yep, and there you go. It's starting to come in again. So that looked a lot better this time. So let's stay on this heading for now. 258. Good.
EPS 2919 Heavy, contact SoCal approach on 134.0.
340 UPS 2919 Heavy.
258.
740 Papa, contact Bracket Tower 118.2, good day.
Contact Bracket Tower 118.2, good day, 740 Papa.
Yep, this is looking good right here. And let's get back down to like 3,001. Let's say 3,100. That's fine right here.
Yankee checking in level 8,500.
Southwest 269, maintain 1010,000 if I didn't tell you that. Southwest 269, maintain 1010,000, set vectors ILS, runway 26 left. Thank you. And who else called?
Centurion 6530 Yankee check in at 8,500.
Alright, so we're good here, right where we need to be. You're going to see that cone of confusion come in. Once you see that cone of confusion start going, turn right, 07, perfect. So let's wait a little bit here.
22, maintain 210 knots
Once
or
you see
better
the
until
5 flip,
Pettis.
then we'll go ahead and turn.
It.
So it's going, wait till you get that from.
Southwest 269, descend to maintain 7,400 now.
Let's get back up to altitude over here too. There you go. Alright,
Turn
yep,
right.
078, standard rate turn.
078.
Present 2922, you are 8 miles from Pettis, cross Pettis at about 3,600, cleared ILS, runway 26 left approach.
Alright, good. Yeah, just hold that 3,000 altitude, standard rate turn to 078. And then once you hit the heading of 078, we'll start our timer. I'll do it for you on the watch. And we're doing 1 minute legs.
I'm definitely going to get a digital watch.
Have to, yeah, it's going to be so much
checking
easier.
in at 9,200 for 8,000. We have
Keep that turn going, 078.
29 Mike Whiskey, SoCal approach on trail timber 3000, reduce speed 110.
110, 8 Mike Whiskey.
Present 2922, maintain 210 knots until Pettis and 170 or better till 5 mile final.
And coming up to 078, there you go, right there. Straighten out, good, that was really good. All right, now we mimic our time, 1 minute legs. And so as far as the approach, I'm gonna ask if we can clear us for the approach on this one. As soon as we pass Paradise, we're gonna turn this to 237, and we're gonna reduce our speed to 90 knots, and we're gonna go all the way down. If you look at our approach plate, 90 knots at 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Say that again.
So once we cross Paradise, we're going to go ahead and start our timer. We're going to reduce power, start our descent at 90 knots, and then on the approach plate it shows that 90 knots descent. We want to go down to 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the timer.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
Southwest 269, reduce speed 170.
We got about another 20 seconds here on this heading. We're looking a lot better now. You're starting to keep your heading, and altitude's looking good.
Third time the holding pattern? Second time.
Third time, yeah.
Third time, so. Third time's a charm.
Yep. All right, about 5 more seconds, and then we'll turn back right heading 258.
Yeah, I got to start thinking about the time, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So let's start turning to the right.
SoCal approach, Kayak 448 Echo Romeo, level 5,000, and we'll be asking for the ILS 30 to Long Beach with information alpha.
November 440 Decker Romeo SoCal, Ontario altimeter 3000, make the request next sector.
Roger, 8 Decker Romeo.
And SoCal approach 80238. Are we clear for the approach into Corona?
238, you're 2.5 miles from Paradise, Foxtrot True, maintain VFR, no separation service provided.
Practice approach, Dad, maintain VFR 238.
238 after completion of approach, maintain VFR to below 3000, direct Paradise.
At below 3,000.
Alright, after go and miss, VFR at or below 3,000, 238. And direct to Paradise 238. Alright, so go ahead straight here.
269, descend to maintain 5,000.
There you go. So the 258 is where we want to be on the heading. And as soon as we cross Paradise, we're going to go ahead and change this to 238. Heading 237, and then we're going to turn to 237, and we're going to start descent right away.
Say that again. So we're 238.
So let's go back to Paradise over here. Let's turn back towards Paradise. We're going to hold 3,000.
269, you're 7 miles from Pettis.
And as soon as we cross Paradise here, reduce power, turn heading 238, and then we'll start the approach.
Reduce power, turn heading 238, start the approach.
Yep. And I'll help with the OBS on this one too. And then we're going to do 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and I'll call CTAF to get the frequency change.
Oscillate a little bit out.
Yeah, let's go back to 3,000 here. And we're getting closer to Paradise.
Yank us back up there real quick.
Number 952 Bravo SoCal. Ontario altimeter 3000, what's your destination?
Alright, so we're getting close to Paradise.
Roger.
Citation 558 Romeo is
Alright, so coming up here.
Disney
wait, so let's get the cone of confusion. We're getting there close. There we go. So just turn to heading 238. And we're going to start our timer. Alright, so there we go. So 238. And then just follow this down here. So get the descent going.
At 1,300.
And I'm going to go to CTAF frequency.
So VFR.
Yep, I'll do the call here. So just follow that in over there. So turn to the left a little bit more. Corona traffic, Cessna 80238, 4 miles northeast, descending at 2,600. We'll descend down to 2,000 and go and miss towards the west. Corona traffic. Alright, let's start to come back in over here, so turn back. Yep, you gotta catch it, you gotta be ahead of it there.
Fixated.
Yep. Let's turn back a little bit more over here. Start to reduce power a little bit, about 90 knots where we need to be. And just keep that descent going. Keep that descent going. So we're sure level right now.
What altitude am I shooting for?
We're not going for an altitude. We're just going to seconds, 2 minutes and 24 seconds. But just to stay safe right now, since this is a CTAF airport, we're just going to stay about 1,000 feet above the pattern altitude, and then we'll go missed. And I'll debrief with all these. I know it's kind of a lot right now.
Oh, it's the localizer. That's why.
That's a VOR. Yeah, we're going to go back to 2,000. And start, that's about right there. It's going to start to come in right now, so we can go back to 238 on here. When we get to about 2,000, we'll go ahead and go full power, and you can start going towards the west. Alright, there we go. That's good. Alright, once you get to 2,000, we'll go ahead and go full power. Getting a little fast here too, so we'll reduce some power. Alright, 2,000, go ahead and go full power, VY. And then up to 3,000. And let's go a heading of 300 for now.
Heading 330.
Yep, 300. Corona traffic, Cessna 80238, go and miss towards the west. Direct to Paradise, final call, Corona traffic. Alright, and then we're going to go direct to Paradise. So I'll put this in, help you out over here. Let's see the heading that we're going to be on. Alright, so let's turn right to a heading of, let's see, got a little bumpy there. Let's turn right heading 060.
060, right heading. climbing 500 feet to 3,000.
And there we go. Once we get to 3,000, we go ahead and reduce some power, level off here. And then back standard rate turn to 060. And I'll go back to SoCal, let them know we're directing Paradise.
Echo Romeo, descend to maintain 4,000.
Descend to maintain 4,000, 8 Echo Romeo.
SoCal approach, Cessna 80238, optimistic Corona, direct to Paradise.
060.
8023, SoCal approach, their request.
I'd like to get the RNAV 24 into Fullerton, please, 238.
Or 238, roger, call maintain 3,500.
I maintain 3,500, 238.
Cherokee 85 Romeo,
Right,
amend to maintain 3,000.
3,000, Cherokee 85 Romeo.
Citation 5 Sierra Bravo, descend to maintain 6,000.
080 for now. Okay, and then we're going to do the RNAV. So for the RNAV, we're going to have to put in Fullerton. See here. K-full, direct, enter for now. We're not going to go direct right now, but we're just going to put that in there. Procedures, select approach. We're going to go RNAV 24, and we're going to look at our initial.
Turn left heading 240.
Left heading 240, 238. All right, and then we're going to do. Let's see.
Cessna 238, what approach did you want at Fullerton?
It's going to be a full stop for us, 238.
Just going back to the FR?
Roger, 238.
240, right?
240, yep.
Seven 379 Alpha, SoCal approach, go ahead.
All right, so now we can go into our next plane.
Alpha, what's your position?
We can go RNAV 24 into Fullerton. 3,500, it's good.
RNAV into Fullerton.
Yep.
Seven 379 Alpha, squawk is squawk 4672.
So now that they have us on vectors, we can now, instead of having it on nav mode, we're going to the RNAV, which is a GPS approach. We could change it by pressing the CDI button, and now it's on
Cherokee 5
GPS.
Romeo, depart Paradise heading 080.
Depart Paradise heading
And we'll
00, Cherokee 85
course
Romeo.
at 243 on
Station
here.
5 Sierra Bravo, contact March approach 133.5.
I'd stay on the heading for now, 030, 3,500.
Number 8 Echo Romeo, turn right heading 160, join Victor 394.
Right, 160 to join Victor 394, 8 Echo Romeo.
Cessna 8023, just want to make sure that you're going back to Fullerton VFR with no approach request, is that correct?
No, sir, we'd like to get the RNAV 24 into Fullerton, please, 238.
238, roger. November 8 Mike Whiskey, just want to maintain 4,000.
74008, Mike Whiskey.
Cessna 79
I feel like I'm getting like 70% of the comms.
3 miles
Yeah,
south
okay.
of
Small
Lake
stuff I can
Matthews,
do, but
okay, sounds good.
3000, stay altitude.
Gosh.
79 Alpha, roger. Cessna 238, turn left heading 220.
Turn left heading 220, 238.
Cherokee 462, turn left heading 300.
Left heading 320, 551.
All right, we're still good on fuel. Engine
Number
instruments
79er
look good as
Alpha,
well.
maintain your current altitude. Traffic will be above you, off your left side, and below you, 12 o'clock in about 2 miles.
And we can also just, we have that as well, we can get the ATIS at Fullerton, so 12505. When you kind of let them know ahead, they appreciate that too. 12505. Let's see if we can reach it from here.
160 at 5, visibility 10, 3,500 scattered, temperature 18, dew point 8, altimeter 299 VOR Alpha approaching you, arriving and departing runway 24.
290, join the localizer.
Ivory, at Roger, this weather in effect for Southern California. Contact flight service frequencies for additional information. Contact, you have information, Bravo.
Mike Whiskey, for cancellations receive, altitude and navigation is your discretion.
Hey Mike Whiskey, we have information, Bravo.
Bravo.
Tricky 55462.
I'll let SoCal know that we have Bravo.
No, they're going to change us over to one other frequency, and we'll let them know
for the ILS. I didn't know you had a different approach request, if you do.
Yeah, we're going to request the VOR 26 right if you're still able. 55462.
462, sir, you are 2 miles from Riverside VOR, turn left direct Riverside VOR, cross Riverside at 4,000, cleared for the VOR runway 26 right approach.
Left turn direct Riverside, cross over Riverside at or above 4,000 feet, cleared for the VOR 26 right, appreciate it, 55462.
November 79 Alpha, altitude is your discretion, all traffic is no factor, contact March 1st, 133.5. November 8038, northbound, and I'm not sure why, so turn left heading 180.
We'll add a little bit more power too, about 90 knots, 90 to 100 knots where we want to be at. So you got to get that visual scan going. You can help out with a little bit of trim as well. 3,500 is good.
80238, start a left turn, I'll tell you when to stop.
Starting left turn, you'll call a stop, 238.
30 Yankee, altitude is your discretion.
30 Yankee, thank you.
What's going on with the GPS right now? The RNAV approach?
Yeah, we put the RNAV in there, so I already put it in Fullerton. I already put the procedure in there. So we put flight plan. And we have the approach RNAV 24 in there. So depending on where they vector us in, we'll go ahead and activate that leg to where we're at.
We have a low approach, Cherokee 5 Romeo.
5 Romeo after the low approach, return to Paradise and maintain 3,000.
Paradise 3,000 after the approach, Cherokee 5 Romeo.
Let's get a little more area coverage here.
He's calling our turn.
Yep.
So can you explain the RNAV of what's going on with that?
Yeah, so the RNAV, basically the whole approach is based on the GPS. So we got to make sure that the OBS is on the GPS. And basically what we're doing when we have...
Number 80238, stop turn.
Stop turn, 238.
Cherokee 462, contact Chino
So yeah,
Tower,
we're basically going to use situational awareness now. We're coming in from the north now, about the northeast.
448 Echo Romeo,
So if we look at our approach plate, we're going to see we're coming in about over there this way here. So we got to kind of anticipate where they're going to vector us out, and then we'll activate that leg. Remember how we did it at Chino? We activated the leg.
Yeah.
It'll be the same thing on this way. We're just where they vector us up, we activate the leg, and then we get on the approach course. And you'll see that it'll start to come into.
Number 52 Delta radar contact 1 mile south of Chino, say altitude.
So right now they're kind of just have us on vectors. They're getting us set up for the approach. So good thing here is to remember what do we have to do. We need to get the ATIS. We got the ATIS. GPS here, and we have GPS mode, and we have the approach loaded in the GPS. So we're good right now.
And so what does it mean when the approach is loaded in the GPS? Like how?
Delta, you want to practice VOR at Chino?
So we go to procedure, activate approach, and then we go into Fullerton RNAV 24. And that way it's in the GPS already. Because it's a GPS approach, we're not going off localizers or VORs in here. We're going solely off the GPS. So we have to have it activated in the GPS in order to do the approach.
Approved, climb to 3,000.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And approach 52 Delta. We're not going to be able to climb that high for cloud clearance, about 3,100.
52 Delta, roger. I'm unable to approach then.
52 Delta, we'll try to get a little closer to see if the cloud clearances are.
November 462, contact Chino Tower 118.5.
And we'll put Fullerton Tower, actually no, they're probably going to hand us over one more time, so just wait for now.
Left 330, charge 85 Romeo.
7-8 Mike Whiskey, contact Bracket Tower 118.2.
18-2, 8 Mike Whiskey, yeah. And 52 Delta, we're good.
Coming into Chino or Fullerton?
No, we're going to Fullerton.
Right now.
Yeah, we're just flying over Chino.
At 3,500?
Yep.
4415 Romeo, 2,500 feet.
Yeah, we're above the Delta, but even then, we're with SoCal approach, so at that point, we're fine as far as airspace goes.
I didn't request 8,500 feet, 15 Romeo.
5 Romeo, radar contact 4 miles west of Chino.
I can kind of tell what they're doing right now. They're kind of just putting us right into straight in for 24. That's why they have us on a heading right now, about 240. They're going to have us pretty much go straight into the approach.
But for the waypoints in the GPS, how are we seeing that on here?
They'll be on here right now. We're like way east of it right now, so I'm not going to show right now. But once we get closer, you'll see them on there.
Can we go up and look at it?
Yeah, you can. So let's see.
I just want to get like the kind of the visual picture.
Right. Maybe not at 15 miles, maybe about 20. We can start seeing them.
Centurion 30 Yankee, contact SoCal approach 128.
There's Lamy. There you go. Perfect.
75, 30 Yankee. Thank you.
And at Lamy, we need to be at or above 3,000. So we're good right now.
85 Romeo, you're 5 miles from Linden, turn left heading 290, maintain VFR, practice approach is approved, no separation services provided.
Yep.
290, clear for the practice.
A little choppy when we get towards these hills over here.
SoCal, Cessna 724 Sierra Papa, we are at 1,700 for 2,500 with you.
For 724 Sierra Papa, SoCal departure, ident, say request.
724 Sierra Papa, ident. Request hold at Paradise at 2,500.
Technically, I could just turn more to the left and wait for it to come in and track it, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
But he also told us to stay on this heading.
Yeah, exactly.
That altitude, I can hold you at Pomona if you want to hold there, and then we can move you over for the ILS at Chino. But I don't have any space to do the cloud layer over at Paradise.
Can we hold the Paradise at 5,000?
Okay, so Lamy's coming in, 3,000, Haver's our second one, 2,700. Yep. And at each point that we cross using our GPS, we're going to be verifying our altitude at each one, right?
Exactly, yep.
So 300 feet we're going to lose in 2.3 nautical miles, so we barely have to have a descent rate for that section.
Yeah, so it actually shows you right there, it's about a descent rate of 3.5 degrees. So it'll be actually a little bit faster of a descent than normal.
Train 1 Bravo Mike, contact SoCal approach on 125.35.
So as far as the RNAV, the only approach they have is the LNAV. So it's going to be an MDA, and that means we're not going to have vertical guidance. We're just only going to have horizontal guidance for that.
SoCal, 724 Sierra Papa, you want me to
and our minimums are going to be 900 feet
Papa, affirmative, maintain
with
5,000.
1 statute mile visibility.
Maintain 5,000, direct, 724 Sierra Papa.
And our final fix will be ACTAC at 2,000 feet.
Okay.
November 5-2 Delta advisor, and you're ready for the approach.
5-2 Delta, we're going to do one lap in the hold, and then we'll hit it.
ACTAC.
Yep, ACTAC will be our final approach fix.
And the final
238 contact SoCal approach.
The final approach fix means
135.
135.35, 238.
Alright, so
125.35.
125.35.
125.35, 238. That's other SoCal?
Yep, so just let them know. SoCal, Cessna 80238.
Romeo heading 280.
Heading 230 with information Bravo at Fullerton.
200 heading 280, 58 Romeo.
971 Juliet Sierra, descend 3,000.
3,000, 1 Juliet.
SoCal approach, this is 80238, heading 230 with information Bravo.
80238, SoCal, roger. Thanks for Bravo, altimeter 29908.
29908, 238.
971 Juliet Sierra, speed 170.
22998 right here. Good.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, just hold it 3,500 for now. It's okay.
Verify Bravo.
Yes, sir, we're on with Bravo. We're flying the RNAV approach.
That's their VFR practice approaches, and they're alright with that.
Because technically we, Lamy, oh no, he told us
Lamy we have to be at about 3,000, but they want us at 3,500 for now.
862 Sierra Lima,
Until they clear us for the approach, then we can go down to 3,000.
2,000, Lima.
Now winds are at 1605, so just keep in mind we're going to have a crosswind of about 5 knots. Not too much, but it's a little bit though.
November 971 Juliet Sierra, heading 010.
010 now, 1 Juliet.
November 862 Sierra Lima, 3 from Drippy, heading 260, VFR, practice approach approved, and a separate service provided.
Clear for the RNAV approach, 29 right, to Sierra Lima.
558 Echo, or correction, 558 Romeo is 5
and also when we cross ACTAC, we'll do our before landing checklist. So right before ACTAC we can do it too. So we just do our before landing checklist and we can put it in flaps 10 degrees. Once we do our before landing checklist as well.
Before ACTAC.
Yep.
80238.
10 degrees, yep.
Maintain VFR, practice approach approved, and a separate service provided.
That's for us. Practice approach approved, maintain VFR 238.
November 448 Echo Romeo, descend 1,600.
Okay, so now we're clear for the approach. We can go down to 3,000 feet.
SoCal 515
there you go.
request practice VFR Alpha to Fullerton.
51594 SoCal, roger. Full procedure, vector to final.
Keeping this aligned.
Yep, we're only going to have horizontal guidance. We're not going to have vertical guidance because it's an LNAV.
Maintain 3,000.
3,594.
971 Juliet
Down
Sierra,
to 3,000 until we get to landing.
390, 1 Juliet Sierra.
558 Romeo, tower 268.
268, 558 Romeo. SoCal, Fullerton 272 with Charlie, request VR Alpha on the Fullerton.
Alright, there's our assignment here as well.
And
So yeah, just hold that heading right now. Hold the heading of 243.
Maintain 3,500.
Maintain 3,500.
And up tower in the back at the 119.1.
So you may hold 243 even though we have a little bit of discrepancy between the...
Yeah, so you can adjust a little bit there. Just get back on the sun
traffic 10 o'clock, 2 miles north.
So just keep in mind too, the closer we get to the airport, the more sensitive it gets, right?
It's more important to hold the heading.
Exactly.
Altitude.
971 Juliet Sierra is 4 from Lemon, heading 170, 3,000 until established, clear for approach.
170, 3,000 established, clear for approach. 971 Juliet Sierra.
Alright, lay me.
November 53176 for traffic at or below 2,500.
Yep.
Actually, just maintain 2,500 for traffic.
Alright, lay me 2,500, 176. And...
971 Juliet Sierra, speed 160 or less. So you're slowing there. Tower 268, let's see ya.
Okay, 268 today, 1 Juliet Sierra.
And now we're going to be headed down to 2,700.
Yeah, we go down to Haver at 2,700, yep. And let's get about a 90 knots descent. That's comfortable there, yeah, so we're just at power.
862 Sierra Lima, traffic's converging now 10 o'clock, a mile northbound indicates 2,000.
2,700, so we can level off there.
Alright, traffic in sight, then we'll start the climb.
Do I need to touch the power right now, or is this kind of just like...
Additional 12
What was that?
Should I be touching the power right now, or just keeping it chill?
Yeah, just so you can level off a little bit, you can put it back to like 2,000, that should be good. And you can help yourself out with a little bit of trim too.
That's not horrible right now.
That's just give a little bit, yeah, a little bit of trim and a little bit of power and level off.
2,000.
November 80238, SoCal.
But I'm off, so...
238, go ahead.
80238, Fullerton Tower 19-1, let's see ya.
19-1 for tower 238, see ya.
November 531.
Alright, let's get back on the
SoCal, 1 Tango
LNAV here.
Big debrief. All right. Yep. Notes. Okay, so today, 519. Zero 238.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh.
You can come in. No problem.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna need the.
Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna get one of those. But...
Okay, no worries. Okay, landings. You had one landing today. Airplane single engine. We did 1.7. Simulated instrument. So let's see. You did a good amount of it. So 1.5. That's a good amount of practice here. 1.5 there. PIC.
All I did was take off and then.
Yeah, the whole time so until the very end there.
I'd say like 1.6.
Yeah, 1. I guess we could put 1.6. 1.6 simulated. PIC 1.7. And the ground training received. Total flight time 1.7. Do you have a section for number of instrument approaches? Oh, instrument approaches over here. Yeah, we did.
Well, you'd be the first one. So.
Yeah. Number of instrument approaches will be you did 3. Type in location. We can put that in the remark section too. So, training.
So we did a VOR-A into Corona. We did an RNAV into Fullerton.
Yep, RNAV 24 into Fullerton, and we did the ILS 26 right into Chino. Yeah. I want to do the one at Bracket, but the clouds were too low, so we had to change it to Chino. And the perks and the benefits of flying the VFR is that you can do a bunch of changes, because if you file an
IFR, you have to go exactly how it is. Yeah.
Because there's no excuses with clouds.
Exactly. 61, 65.
Yeah, I definitely feel my brain working.
Yeah, it is. At first, it's a lot for sure. 61. There you go. And you can go ahead and put in the approaches. I don't know if you have enough room here, but you could put it like to the side or below if you'd like. You could write in the approaches there for yourself.
Where?
So the approaches that you put in, it's good to put it on there.
It's like RNAV.
Yeah, RNAV 24. K-full. ILS 26 right, KCNO.
I'm not gonna have that room.
Yeah, I know. You can just put it above or below. 26 right, KCNO. And we did the VOR dash alpha.
For Corona.
Yep, K8 Alpha Juliet Oscar. Alright, cool. Alright, so debrief. Overall, it was pretty good today. I just think the first one is just it's big overload, right, at first. But I think overall it went well. So let's talk about kind of what we did today. So we took off. They had us on a heading of 120, and they kind of gave us vectors, right? So it's with the instrument, it's always being ahead of the airplane. So what we did, they kind of had us go over towards bracket first until we found out that we can't go to bracket because the clouds are too low. So they had us go to Paradise, direct to Paradise, which we went over here, right? Direct to Paradise, and they set up for the ILS 26 right. So they had, I think they had us on a heading of it was like 070 or something like that, and they vectored us on. So we look at the plate here. KCNO. Chino ILS 26 right. So what we did is first thing is it's always good to always be ahead of the airplane. So we got that ATIS in there pretty quick. We got that, boom. We don't have to worry about that when we're on the approach. We already have it. We let the controller know we have the ATIS. That way they say it's good. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Staying ahead of the airplane with the localizer 111.5. We put that in there. Approach course 255. So when you're changing in between ILSs or RNAV, always remember to make sure you have it in the correct setting, either GPS or VLOG. So make sure that we have that in the correct approach course 255. And then if we have a GPS, it's great because we can use it for situational awareness, right? So you had a question about why we load it. We load it primarily for situational awareness, unless we're doing an RNAV approach. For doing an RNAV approach, we have to have the GPS.
Is there a good course or book you have that's can go in depth from using the GPS and stuff?
You know what? I can't think of one right now.
So I can do research.
Yeah, you kind of do your research. They have YouTube videos of how to work the Garmin 432. But one of these days, I kind of just go out there and kind of show you stuff on there as well. But yeah, so they had us vectored on. They had us on a vector of 360, and then they kind of changed us to 330. And then they cleared us for the approach.
And that was when we passed it in the first one.
Yeah, that was SoCal approach. They screwed up on that because I had to tell them, are we cleared for the approach? We already went past our localizer.
Yeah.
So sometimes, sometimes they make mistakes like that too. You kind of have to remind them. They're busy sometimes, so they kind of forget about you sometimes. So you just let them know, are we cleared for the approach? And they're oh shoot, I forgot about this guy. So they kind of put us on a heading back to get back on the localizer. So yeah, we got that. And then we have Casby intersection. That's kind of the start of the approach. That's one of the initial approach fixes. And then we go down here. So on the localizer, always remember to put in that cross radial because that's how we identify our final approach fix.
Our second nav, we're putting in 112.
112.2, yep. And then
I was confused on this. The radial was what?
334.
334.
Yeah. Our frequency for the OBS2 or the nav2 is 112.2. The radial that we put in the OBS2 is 334. And that way we identify it. Once we're coming in, you see that line start to come in the nav2. And then that's identified as Dewey intersection. We have the GPS as a backup, just in case, but for situational awareness, but primarily we want to have that second OBS in there on Dewey intersection. So but the approach, the first approach it was okay. I think with the ILS, you have to remember, you guys want to always anticipate it. So the best thing to do, I know this plane doesn't have a heading bug, but try to set yourself up perfectly. When you're coming in for the approach, I know for this one, they vectored us up, they got us way off.
Yeah.
But next time, if they vector us on correctly, the better you can get centered on that localizer right away, the better it is. Because
that's the skill portion of it.
Yeah, exactly.
The first one, I knew I was doing that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's the first try, so it's totally normal. But if you can get on that localizer approach course on the first heading, and you can just fly that heading, you're gonna stay on it the whole time. You know what I mean? Because if you fly over it and you kind of correct it like that, then it becomes a little bit more difficult to back on. If you can get it on it right away, get on that approach course, it makes it so much easier.
And turn to that heading.
So much easier. Yeah. So. Coming on here, Dewey intersection, that's when the glide slope started to come in. So now you're looking for two things, right? You're looking at your localizer, and you're also looking at your glide slope. So just making sure that we keep that on there. Tower told us to fly runway heading, and then they gave us a call for a left turn. We went direct to Paradise.
The glide slope, I remember, was coming in, at least on the way back. For what's the best way to kind of like track and use the glide slope? Because I know we were like 1,000 feet above when we went around, you said, I think. But for in regards to tracking that glide slope, what's kind of like your best approach to kind of approaching it?
So we actually did have the glide slope when we came in. We actually went almost all the way down to minimums on this one. We went to like 1,000, and then he had us, fly runway heading, go around and fly runway heading. So the best thing to do is you're always going to see the localizer start to come in when you get to your final approach fix. So once you start to get in there, you're going to start to see it. It's going to come from the top. You're going to start to see it slowly start to come in centered. So just anticipate it. That's the thing about instrument flying and approaches. You want to anticipate the localizer and anticipate the glide slope. The more you kind of get ahead of the airplane, the easier the approach is going to get for you.
And in real world flying, obviously you're not going to be under the hood the whole time, so you'll kind of be like up and down.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
But the reason we put the hood on, let's say we're flying an IFR and clouds are like 500 feet above the ground. That's why we kind of do it. We have your fog wheels on all the way to minimums to give you the best practice, just in case. That's kind of the way why we do it that way.
You do it the hardest way first, and then
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, your check ride, they're gonna have your fog wheels on all the way until, all the way to minimums, anyways.
Just to see that you can do it.
Exactly. So, yeah, we went missed. We did a climbing left turn to Paradise. We went back to SoCal, and then we have to tune in that stuff, right? So the next approach was the Vor-A Alpha. So what we did,
we held at this one.
Yep, we held. We did a few holds, which was good practice too. That we did those holds. We had to change frequencies, right? Because we had the localizer on the nav one. We changed Paradise to 112.2. I kind of put it in there for you, and changed it, and then we kind of tracked the course to get to Paradise directly. So for this one, we had to do a procedure turn. We did a parallel entry because we're coming from Chino, which is around this area over here. We kind of came in above. We flew to Paradise. We went outbound turn, and we did a parallel entry. We did a standard rate turn to the left. Caught that radial 258 coming back in, and then we came in and we did a few holds in the pattern. This one is one of the trickier ones because once you cross Paradise, there's a lot to kind of do at one time. So once they finally cleared us for the approach, we got the weather, we put CTAF frequency, and they gave us a frequency change. When you clear for the approach, as soon as you cross Paradise, you have to chop and drop. You have to reduce power, start your timer, and then at 90 knots, you're going to go down to 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And that's how you find
2 minutes, 24 seconds, 90 knots. You're holding it. You're watching your watch. Go, exactly. Okay. 2 minutes, 24. I'm definitely looking up then.
That's your missed approach point. That's your missed approach point. Once you get to 90 knots, you're at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. If you don't see the runway, go missed. That's how the VOR approaches are done. You time it, and you're going down, and then the circling minimums are 60 and 60. So
you said we did the procedure turn on this one, right?
Yes.
So this one, we came in from over here. We held the two. So I didn't know what the two radials were that we were holding, so I was confused at first because obviously I didn't brief the approach before. So the procedure turn, we came in 258 for a minute outbound, and then we did 1 minute towards this.
So we did 258. We did 1 minute. We turned left to get back on that parallel entry, and then once you get back on that radial, it's about another minute. So once we cross that here, then we turn back to 078. You don't start that minute until you get back to the heading 078. Once you get to 078, then your outbound turn starts, and you time the minute again.
So you don't time the turn?
No, you don't time the turn.
Okay.
No. Yeah. because they're outbound legs. You're not turning the turn. It's the actual outbound leg that you're timing. So you got that, and then you turn back to 258. Start your timer, which should be about a minute, right? If you turn back to 258, it should be about a minute. Yeah. You're cleared for the approach. Immediately, you're going to reduce power. You're going to change that OBS because it's at 258. You're going to change it to 237
from.
Yep, 237 from. And then you're going to 90 knots, 2 minutes and 24 seconds until you get to the circling minimums of 1660.
So you would say once we're over the VOR, I'm changing my frequency automatically just straight to 238 from, and then I'm just hit my timer going.
Exactly. And you want to try to get it at 90 minutes as fast as possible, because if you're slow on it, if you get to like 110 or 80, you got to adjust the time a little bit. So the better you can get it to 90 right away, the more accurate that 2 minutes and 24 seconds is going to be. Okay, and then circling, so this is the MDA. So you're going to get to 1660, and you're going to hold that altitude until you hit 2 minutes and 24 seconds. If you're at 1660 and 2 minutes and 24 seconds and you don't see the runway, you have to go missed.
From PDZ?
Yep, from PDZ. No. Once you get to PDZ, you're timing, and you're coming down on this 237, right?
Yeah.
Until you get to 1660. While you cross PDZ, you're timing yourself right here.
Yeah.
So once you get to 1660, you're holding that altitude. You're watching your time until you get to 2 minutes and 24 seconds. If you get to that time at this altitude and you still don't see the runway, you have to go missed. That's your missed approach point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, this altitude at this time, if you don't see the runway, that's your missed approach point. Make sense?
That makes a lot more sense now.
Okay. Yeah. So that, and then we did that. Here, since we're doing a VFR practice approach, it's not a good idea to go all the way to minimums because it's a CTAF airport. There's no control tower separating traffic. So what I did is I basically went about 1,000 feet above traffic pattern altitude, let them know what I'm doing, and then I went missed from there. We got a instruction to go direct to Paradise from there at 3,500. Then we did the RNAV coming in here. So what they did, we kind of went here at Paradise. They kind of vectored us over Ontario a little bit. Then they kind of just said to keep turning left until we let you know.
Yeah.
So we kind of went this over here, and then we kind of went over Chino too. So Chino's over here. We flew over that way, and then they kind of gave us a heading for 240. So they kind of set us up exactly right on the approach course for the RNAV. Went over Chino. They said fly heading 240 at 3,500, and here is Fullerton right over here.
Gone all the way.
All the way over there, and then we came in here, and here's the RNAV. So RNAV, make sure we remember that we always load the approach in the GPS, and then we were on VLOC for the setting. We have to change that CDI button to GPS because we're on a GPS approach. Like I said, that's a $800 mistake because people forget to change it to GPS. Yeah. Boom, check right failed. Yeah. So just remember that's really important. We came in straight in this way, so we had Levy intersection or Levy waypoint at 3,000 feet and above. We had it loaded in there. Approach course 243. Came in here at Havor 2,700, and this was just a vertical or horizontal guidance, right? We had no vertical. So at ACTAC, the best thing, like I said before, is just to have your before landing checklist done before, so it's already out of the way. You can just focus on the approach when you're coming down.
Yeah, and so in regards to setting up the airplane flaps and power settings and all that, at what point along the approach should I be setting up my plane for, like, is it at ACTAC, I'm going to drop flaps 10, or like, how do I determine that?
Before landing checklist, you can really do it at ACTAC or after. Me personally, I like to do it before the final approach fix. That way it's already done. I can just focus on flying the minimums at that point.
And you're going to fly 5 miles, 5 nautical miles out with just 10 degrees of flaps, 20 degrees of flaps, doesn't really matter, that's how you're going to do it.
I like to do it about 10 degrees, and then until I see the runway. Until I get to my minimum, I see the runway, then I can put flaps 20, flaps 30 if I like. But that's what I kind of like to do. I like to do the final approach fix, get my before landing checklist done, flaps 10 degrees, boom. You just worry about flying the approach, getting down to your minimums, and then, once you see the runway, then you can adjust your flaps if you like. Okay. Usually Fullerton's a shorter runway, so we could put 23 degrees of flaps. If you're coming in, Riverside, Chino, which have longer runways, you don't have to worry about it as much. 10 degrees is usually plenty. So, that's pretty much it. I think overall you did pretty good today. Just kind of go over what we talked about. Just kind of look at your headings. Try not to sway on the localizer too much, but that's just normal when you're first trying it. Like I said, just anticipate that vector. Getting on the correct localizer approach course is going to make your life so much easier when you're doing the approach. Right?
That's good.
Yeah.
It seems like the stuff that I need to work on is stuff that just takes time.
Absolutely.
Practice.
It just takes reps. It just takes reps all the time. So you'll definitely get it. The more reps that you do, the better. So.
Okay. things to be studying for next time. I know you told me the.
Let's talk about let's do low end route charts.
Approach plates and.
Approach plates, low end route charts would be good to go off for now.
Those guys are RNAV.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do for the next flight? What do you think?
We could do something similar to today, or if the weather's better at Long Beach, we could try the ILS into Long Beach, and we could do the RNAV into Torrance, and maybe like a VOR Alpha back into Fullerton. So we'll just see how the weather looks. When were you looking to maybe do it again?
It seems like I have a lot of just like studying to do.
Yeah.
So I was thinking probably like either like Friday, Saturday. I'll be done because I have finals this week too. So
Oh, really? Okay.
Finishing those up.
Yeah. Well, you can just let me know. Text me. I think the earlier you can let me know, the better, so I can reserve one of the better planes. But yeah, we can do Friday or Saturday. That's not a problem.
Cool beans.
So
yeah, I just got a ton of homework I got to do. So
yeah, for sure.
Once this week's done though, the only thing I'll be doing studying wise is this. So.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so low end route charts and just study up those approach plates, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions for me?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
And can I get a receipt from last time? Is that possible?
For cash?
Yeah.
I have to ask the front desk for that. Perfect. And we also have to fill out one of these as well.
So. I left that in the plane. I can go grab it.
It's this? It's okay. We can just fill out another one. No big deal. Alright, so today's the 19th. 5/19/2020. It's LOMAKIN. Okay. And we were in 80238. Flight time was 1.7. Hello, this is Matt. Oh, hi, Kristen. I'm in the back room here. I'm just finishing up with a student. I'll be done like in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Bye. Okay, instructor times. It's about 2.0. Yeah. 70. $238 plus 40, 378. And you're gonna pay cash today or credit card?
Cash.
Cash, okay. And we have -5 from yesterday because you gave us an extra, so it would be 373.
And then is it another 0.5%, right?
For cash. Correct. Yes, 378. So 373
times 0.95.
Yeah. 354 with 35 cents. So 354 is good.
Let's see what I got. Pretty sure I do. I'm gonna have to pay the credit card. So
okay, all right.
I brought enough for like an hour.
No worries.
But it's okay.
Flight is
that's not, so the zero would be about 75. Yeah, I would go with 75.
238 plus 140 minus $5.
373.
and credit card. So, did we scan your credit card last time? Do you know we did?
Scan.
Yeah, because the school out here wants you to scan your credit card just for like security purposes.
Oh, the pictures of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. So let me just you can put your information here, name on card number, and all that. Let me just tell this guy I'm gonna be with him 1 second.
Okay, what I think is that another airspeed you want to check right before getting into anything else is VX. So when you do
VX is
And as far as like power settings and stuff goes, I was like reading that, you know, sometimes it's good to have like a preset power setting. In this phase of flight, I'm going to be setting 1800 RPMs with, you know, like, is there a list you have for that for these planes, or is that something?
That's kind of, it's different for every plane. Like I didn't go to school here, so it's a little bit different from my checklist. But normally with these planes, you want to be cruising at about like 2200 RPM. And then descending at about like 1700. That's what I found to be like good power settings. Descent, yeah. So descent 1700 RPM will keep you at about like 90 knots, and then cruising about 22, 23, and then obviously climbing full power. So
okay.
I could text you that stuff too, just so you can have it for reference. But last thing, I just need a phone number right here at the top. Yeah. Alright, cool, Justin. So I got that, and then need a receipt, right?
Yes, from both days.
Yeah, let me ask the front desk if we can do that.